Hello, I just want to share to you the my own experience or my own idea about rejection. So there are like five questions here regarding the rejection and what are my thoughts about these questions. So number one is we can relieve and re-experience social pain more vividly than we can physical pain. Okay, so I agree with that because social pain is intangible and the mental or emotional pain are not simply removed by taking pills or physical medicine. Our mind was designed to evaluate all the emotions, behaviors, and activities of our overall body system. The mind is the intangible part, which represents the mental part, whereas the brain represents the physical part. The emotions are controlled by the part of our brain, which is called hypothalamus, and this part of the brain plays a major function in how we act on the stimuli that was part of our conscious mind. Since our brain is not a muscle, the emotion such as rejection was transferred to the main structure part of our brain, which is the hypothalamus. And knowing how to control rejection to further affect our way of thinking and feeling is knowing how to manage your own mind, which is the mind, not a physical thing. Therefore, to cure rejection is to organize how your mental and emotional functions. So that's my thought about it. Um, the second question, the second statement that I need to have the thought of is rejection creates surge of anger and aggression. For me, rejection can trigger the strong emotions such as anger and aggression when we don't give an attention to it. It builds up the tensions to our brain that sends negative messages to our nerves to the structures of our brain. Therefore, rejection don't simply go away after we experience it. Of course, it is natural human experience, but when our brains transfer a large sum of negativity to our brain, the result can be a form of a negative reaction such as anger and aggression. Um, Another statement is rejection temporarily lowers our IQ, which I agree because this is what I believe to be true since rejection is a strong emotion that can greatly affect our mentality or intellectuality. It is a natural human experience that is inevitable. Everyone has to undergo an experience of rejection to understand deeply the quintessence of life. Oftentimes, when we experience rejection, we tend to react negatively because pain is the first reaction to a failed expectation. When our emotion was bruised by rejection or failures, our intellectual, such as our logical thinking, significantly transform our IQ, favorably drop its capacity to excel, since the negative emotion that were sent to our brain changes our mentality since brain controls the overall functions of our system. Another thing is rejection does not respond to reason, which I agree because rejection is just a form of block. It is like a writer whose main purpose is to write a story. When the writer experiences what's so called the writer's block, his or her purpose was put on hold or disrupted due to the block the writer's experiencing. I was on my young adult life and I don't understand how my rejection built up to my biggest block or the wall to my real purpose. I always wanted to fulfill my aspiration to upgrade my educational background to the extent that I want to earn another degree. Poverty played a major block to my aspiration to greatness. So the opportunities that I can possibly grasp are out of reach. This totally stained my will to hope for that promising future. I could still remember how many doors of opportunities were shut close to my face. And those were the times I started to impulsively act on some decisions. It was like walking to a road without a direction. Only when I turned on my 30s, I realized how important it is to understand the essence of these negative encounters. When our dreams are not met in time, we back down. There is nothing wrong to move backward and pause to gain the lessons from that experience. Then afterward, move forward again until rejections are just part of hidden clues to fulfill your own purpose. Thus, rejection is just one of the direction on your map that you need to decipher. And lastly, Tylenol, or a pain reliever, reduces the emotional pain rejection elicit. So for this one, I disagree because emotional pain is separate from the physical pain. According to the definition of Tylenol on Google, Tylenol is used to relieve mild to moderate pain from headaches, muscle aches, um, menstruational, menstruational, menstruational periods, colds and throats, toothaches, backaches, and reaction to vaccination shots and to reduce fever. In other words, it can help reduce the physical pain only in a short period of time. Yes, okay, but not all people are compatible with this medicine or method of preventing emotional pains. People have different reaction to medicine and it may be work to other people, but some don't. Okay, Tylenol helps reduce the physical pain, such as the above mentioned, such as the things that I mentioned via Google. But emotional pain can only be cured effectively by learning how to manage your own emotions and mentality. So, for me, it reduces, yeah, to some people, but not all. So, it is up to us how can we handle it. So it's like, um, if it's a physical pain, it should be cured by a physical medicine. So if it's something to do with their emotion, it's intangible. So meaning the method that it can cure as well is intangible. So that is my reactions. That is my own opinion about rejection. Rejection. Thank you.